What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Baroque77 here to talk to you about match week 1 in Champions League. Had some good results yesterday, had some tough results yesterday. Definitely an interesting first day of Champions League. Got a couple of game scripts I was expecting in Bilbao Arsenal. Definitely got a surprise in PSV versus USG. Benfica losing at home was a big upset. Juve, we got our halftime draw, and then shit went crazy. Some wild shit in the Madrid game, but Madrid ends up winning. And then Tottenham-Villarreal was a complete stinker. Tottenham playing some fucking haram ball and trying to out-Spanish the Spanish. Just very, very poor quality finishing there. Today, we have some interesting lines for sure. Starting with Ajax versus Inter. Hold on, let me get my setup rolling here. Look, Inter should win this game. Minus 143 is not a terrible price. Inter's whole thing is they get draws away and win their home games, and they keep them super low scoring in the Champions League. Did it all of last season, did it all the season before, all the season before that, all the season before that. It's just very much Inter's MO. So I really like the under 2.5 here at plus 130. Let's take a look at this Inter starting lineup, which is trash. You got Esposito out here starting for some reason instead of Lautaro Martinez on the left. You got Thuram on the right. The midfield definitely isn't bad. You guys know I'm a big fan of Denzel Dumfries, Bellerin, Calhanoglu, Mkhitaryan, and DiMarco. All can shoot, all can go back and defend, especially DiMarco and Dumfries. Both guys are very capable of putting shots on target and creating and joining in assists. Calhanoglu's got an absolute cannon, fucking howitzer for a foot. So I like him to jack for chicks from distance, from outside the box. Will be on all free kicks. I've seen him make free kicks basically from fucking midfield. So never count Calhanoglu out. But again, Interplay, pretty defensive, pretty possession heavy, will take shots and will take chances when they create high quality, really good ones. Yeah, I think Inter win this game. I think they do it convincingly, but low scoringly. Harry Kane, Wincast, what up, leg? We'll get to the Bayern game in a minute. The fall off of Ajax since Ten Hag left has made me sad. Yeah, but they've improved certainly a bit more. My boy Bird is definitely an Ajax supporter. Speaking of Ajax, let's take a look at their lineup. Wout Weghorst here is a guy you guys might be familiar with. Some of the other guys here are just going to be a little bit farther down the pecking order. Like I said, I don't think Ajax are going to have a ton of this ball. I'm thinking 30 to 35%. They might get a couple of counters going, but I think Inter is going to control 70 to 75% of the ball here to, keep this game in control, keep it low scoring, get their 3 points or even get one, get on the road and get the fuck out of there. So I'm not going to get super into this one. I will talk a couple of player props if you guys really want me to. You like Chalobah shots ladder here. Chalobah shots ladder. That's gotta be in the Chelsea game. But anyway, yeah, if you're looking at stuff for Inter here, I definitely don't hate like DiMarco shots on target, Dumfries shots, maybe a shot on target, Calhanoglu shot on target. I don't know. I just like the under here. I'm probably not going to get super involved in this Ajax Inter game. Let's keep it moving into Bayern versus Chelsea. I think this is going to be an absolutely electric match. Bayern should run it up here. I just shared a tweet a little bit ago. Let me find it in Discord. Yeah. Bayern posted their last, 6 results versus Chelsea going back to 8/8/2020. It is 4-1 Bayern, 0-3 Bayern, 7-6 Bayern, 4-5 Chelsea, 3-2 Bayern, 4-2 Chelsea. So Bayern's won 4 of the last 6, and 5 of the 6 have gone over 3.5. I like the over 3.5 here at plus 140. I like Bayern on the money line at the Allianz minus 130. I think both teams to score is live, and probably a decent parlay piece at minus 180. Let's get into these lineups. Hey, come on, Chelsea. What's going on, Stink? Good to see you as always, brother. Appreciate it. I love Kane for an anytime goal. You just don't get really good numbers on Kane anytime goal in Bundesliga. So I'm getting Kane at plus 100 on DK for an anytime goal. I'm going to fucking take it. Elise has also been on fire. I like Elise. His anytime goal at plus 225 over on DK, plus 220 on FanDuel, plus 205 BetRivers, plus 165 Caesars Sportsbook. I also like his shots. I like him for 3 shots. I like his shot on target. Luis Diaz continues to be red hot, especially over international break and following up. Luis Diaz anytime goal is plus 225 over on DraftKings, plus 185 over on FanDuel, plus 160 on Caesars, plus 133 on BetRivers. Liking all those numbers for Luis Diaz, Elise, Kane. You guys know I really like Kimmich. He always shows up here for big games. I kind of don't hate a cup of coffee on his assist straight up. I like him for shots. I like him for shots on target. Jonathan Tah is big as fuck. He might be able to go up and get his head on one. So definitely something to look at there on the back line with Upamecano as well. Let's keep it moving over into Chelsea. Again, I do think both teams to score here. I think Chelsea is going to have a pretty difficult time here, especially in defending with how high and forward Cucurella has been getting. It kind of leaves them with a little bit of a back 3 if Cucurella is pressing up into that midfield and trying to get involved in the offense, especially with Enzo Fernandez playing so far forward as well. That just doesn't lend itself well to a very pacey Bayern who's going to get out and run on you. So Chelsea are really going to need to watch the fast counters here. But I definitely do like João Pedro for an anytime goal, plus 255 on DraftKings, plus 250 on FanDuel, plus 210 on Caesars Sportsbook, plus 190 on BetRivers. Cole Palmer coming off of a big game over the weekend. I like his to score assist. I like his anytime goal. Enzo Fernandez shot on target is definitely something I'm interested in. So I like João Pedro, Enzo Fernandez, Cole Palmer here. I don't really have a ton of stuff for you guys when it comes to set pieces. When we're looking at Chelsea, I will just say Cucurella has been involved in the offense a lot more. So if you want to get involved in a Cucurella shot, I'm definitely not going to try and talk you out of that. Cucurella, great hair. Guy I confused for Guendouzi on the preview video. So that one's on me. But yeah, definitely like that. Both teams to score. I like the over 3.5. I like Bayern on the money line. I don't know. I like Bayern to score in both halves. I think that's a nice number. Let me check that out. Yeah, Bayern to score in both halves. Plus 132 on FanDuel. Probably a hair better on Caesars, so check that out. I like Bayern to score in both halves. especially at a big plus number like that. Let's keep it moving on into Liverpool versus Atleti. I think this game's going to fucking suck. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Liverpool is starting Isak. Let's quickly take a look at their lineup. They're starting Isak, Wirtz in the middle, Gakpo on the left, Salah on the right, Szoboszlai and Gravenberch in the midfield. I like VVD for a shot for sure. I like Frimpong. I like him for a shot on target. But I think this one's going to be low scoring. If we look at this Atleti lineup, we see no Julian Alvarez, so it's going to be the Griezmann show. You got Simeone out there on the right wing, and Raspadori, a couple of Napoli rejects over here. You don't even have fucking Rodrigo de Paul in the midfield. I like Lee Normand. He likes to jack from outside the box in the top of the box. Lornette's kind of shit. There's nothing I like from this Atleti squad, but I haven't seen shit out of Liverpool that gives me any sort of confidence in them being minus 200 moneyline favorites. Something I could easily see here is a low-scoring Liverpool 1-0. Maybe a 1-1 draw, maybe a 0-0 draw. Atleti's just going to sit back there and park the bus and make Liverpool's lives as difficult as possible. Anfield is a really tough place to play, but I got no fucking love for this Liverpool squad when it comes to goals. So I'm just going to say that. Madrid UCL games underwhelm unless they're playing other Spanish teams. I don't know. I don't think that game was underwhelming. I just think it was officiated mid. I don't know. It was fine. I thought Xavi Alonso made some questionable lineup choices. We'll see. Anyway, let's see if I can find some numbers on some of the stuff I like here in this pool Atleti game. Number one being VVD, just to take a single shot. Anytime that's near even money, that's something I always really like to take. VVD for a single shot is minus 135 on DraftKings, and that's by far the best price on the market. I definitely think that's a good look. It's a little juicy to play as a standalone, but still within reason. So I like VVD to take a single shot at minus 135. Frimpong for a shot on target is definitely something else I like. So let's check that out. Frimpong. Gallagher. Come on, where's Frimpong at? There he is. Frimpong, plus 150 DK, plus 150 FanDuel, plus 145 Bet Rivers, plus 120 over on Caesars. So I like Frimpong for a shot on target here. VVD shot, I also mentioned that I like. Lee Normand is somebody I definitely like for a shot here. Markets. Atleti, you like Atleti? I don't hate him on a double chance or even like an Asian handicap. I don't think they win the game outright without Julian Alvarez, though. I just think that's a lot to ask from a team that, again, isn't very good and is especially not good away from home. Lee Normand shot plus 185 on DK, plus 150 on FanDuel. So I definitely like a Lee Normand shot here. For what Myron was saying, like, I don't hate Atleti on a plus 0.75 Asian handicap. It's super juiced. The spreads on DraftKings for Asian handicap fucking blow. So check BetRivers, check other sports books that actually do Asian handicap. It's not as easy of a market to find as you'd expect. It tends to be more like an American handicap where they also have to have you bet draw. I'm not a huge fan of that market. I like the Asian handicap better. So yeah, I don't hit a double chance on Atleti though. Myron, I'm with you there. They're going to park the bus. They're going to try and make Liverpool's lives super difficult. Next up, we have PSG versus Atalanta. PSG is definitely banged up. No Doye, no Dembele. Atalanta banged up too. No Samacha there. I really liked both teams to score if Samacha was in here, but I'm not loving it so much anymore. This is probably going to be the Bradley Barcola and Special K show. So those are two guys I really like here for PSG. We also know this midfield likes to shoot and likes to shoot a lot. So Fabian Ruiz, Batania, and Yao Neves are all guys worth looking at for shots as well as shots on target. I also like Hakimi for a shot on target. Marquinhos isn't a bad look. He's the one who tends to get up for headers and be involved in a lot of the set pieces here for PSG. As far as Atalanta goes, like I said, there's no Samacha up front. Pasalic is going to jack balls into Rosette all night. I'm also a big fan of Bellanova. His shot has been paying my fucking light bill around this bitch lately. So I'm going to continue to bet Bellanova for a single shot and Bellanova over 1.5 shots. He's really been getting involved in the offense there on the right, playing right wing back kind of deal. He's also got Musa with him, who's not a bad look here. The big issue for Atalanta is obviously they're missing Samacha up front. That's their best striker. One of my favorite Italian strikers. I think he's awesome. I think he got done dirty as fuck at West Ham. He was playing great for Atalanta until he got injured last season. So hopefully we see Samacha back healthy here shortly after leaving the Italian national team over international break with an injury. So I'm looking for this Bellanova shot right now because I am going to play Bellanova for a single shot and I am going to play him for over 1.5 as well. I'm still on the Liverpool game. That's on me. PSG versus Atalanta. Minus 115 DK best price. Thank you very much, Stink. Best price for the over 1.5. I'm gonna find here next. But I'm very much into that Bellanova at minus 115. Thank you, Stink. Bellanova shots, player shots. Bellanova. Stoni, Bocciani. So many Italian-ass B names. Where is Bellanova? There we go. Bellanova over 1.5 shots, plus 145 DK, plus 420 FanDuel. I don't think he's listed on Caesars. Otherwise, it would be on here, which is strange because Caesars has had a really good price recently, but also could be why they took it down. So, plus 475 on DK. All right, let's get into some stuff we like a little bit more as far as like PSG goes. Got about 10 more minutes, so if you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please drop them in the chat. I will try and address everything I can before we get out of here. I'll maybe even cook up a little fucking parlay for us as we're looking at some of these PSG things, and then we'll get the fuck out of here. I want to leave myself 15 minutes to bet some stuff here as well as post in Discord. Speaking of Discord, check out the link below to join. $15 a month. Good crew of guys over there. Stink is in the Discord, as well as Lopez and some guys you've seen around here. So really, really appreciate all your support. Again, please like and subscribe on YouTube as well. It costs you guys absolutely nothing. It goes a huge way into letting me continue to do all of this stuff and make this content for you guys for free. Yao Neves over 1.5 shots. Plus 163, Bet Rivers. Plus 130, Caesars. Plus 135, DraftKings. Minus 160, FanDuel. I can definitely get behind that. Fabian Ruiz. His shots are a little too juicy for me. Vitania, over 1.5 shots. Plus 130, Caesars is a really nice price. Especially because he should be on penalty kicks too. T-I-N-H-A. I think Vitania over 1.5 shots plus 130 Caesars is a really advantage price. I do like, I obviously like Barcola to get on the score sheet here. To score assist minus 120 over on FanDuel is not bad. Check DK. But with that soft assist grading market, I definitely like Barcola to score an assist. His anytime goal score isn't bad either at plus 160 over on FanDuel. Definitely a little bit better than Special K's. Barcola is playing central here, so I like Special K for the standalone assist a little bit better. Barcola's standalone assist at plus 330 on DK definitely isn't bad. Special K's standalone assist at plus 310, definitely not bad either. Again, I lean a little bit more on Barcola for it to score assist than I do on Special K, strictly because I think you get a better price. Special K's to score assist is like minus 160, minus 165. That's a little too much juice for me, even though I do think PSG should probably run away with this game. I think Barcola's got a more advantageous price, and he's playing the 9 and should have a little bit more primary finishing responsibility. So let's check out a couple of shots on target and then maybe slap together a parlay and keep it fucking moving. Bradley Barcola shot on ladder or anytime goal. I like Barcola anytime goal more than I love the shot ladder. My big thing with PSG is there's a lot of mouths to feed, and there's a lot of guys who are going to be more than willing to shoot against a really poor Atalanta side. So I don't think that all of the volume is going to get funneled through Barcola and Special K. I think Yao Neves, Vitania, Ruiz, and Hakimi are all going to get and take their opportunities as well. So that's why I lean more on a Barcola anytime goal or to score an assist. I don't hate Barcola's shots on target because he is pretty clinical with them. So he should be taking pretty good advantage of his volume. So if you want to get involved in like Barcola 2 or 3 shots on target, I would be much more willing to do that than take Barcola like 4, 5, 6, 7 shots kind of deal, Black Thor. Really good question. Appreciate that. Chelsea versus Bayern, both teams to score in the first half. It's definitely not bad for a cup of coffee. I like Bayern to score in both halves, especially at plus money. I think Bayern wins that game outright. I like them at home at the Allianz. Harry Kane being plus money for a goal is always really good. So big fan there of Bayern, more so than Chelsea. But I do think both teams score, and I do think we get a high-scoring game. Like I said, the last 6 matches, 5 of them have gone over 3.5. Only 1 has gone under 3.5. So I like the over there too, Black Thor. Both teams to score first half, definitely worth a sprinkle for a cup of coffee, though. We did cash big on Jordi Alba last night. Shout out our boy Classic Watch Nut for the tip there. Great shout, Lopez. Cucurella 1+ shot. That lavishing hair having Mofo always shooting in big games. You goddamn right. Really appreciate that. Shout out Myron Kidd. Plus 125 on Cucurella's shot. Definitely dig that. How do you feel about Cucurella for a shot at plus 170 in the Chelsea game? Joe K, I definitely dig that as well. Plus 170, a little bit better number. So if you can, just share where you found that, Joe K. But definitely like that. That was one thing I definitely discussed pretty heavily, is how much Cucurella has been getting involved in the offense recently, which is also why I think Bayern win the game, because I think Chelsea get caught out being lackluster on the back line here, with Cucurella pushing up, Enzo Fernandez really pushing up, and this kind of ending up being a back 3 with James and Caicedo needing to pivot back and help against a super fucking pacey Elise, Luis Diaz, Gnabry. Kane, not as much pacey, but good trailing striker for Elise, Diaz, and Gnabry to cut the ball back to. Absolutely lethal finisher there. So that's where I was at with that game. Plus 150 now on Fanatics. Thank you, Joe, and everybody who shares info, as well as sharing where you're getting the best lines. So definitely appreciate that. I am going to cut this off right here at 2:45. So if you have any more questions, comments, or concerns, please throw them in the chat. I'll be sure to answer them as best I can with the time we have left. I do want to stick on what we were talking about before we get out of here with some PSG stuff I'm looking at as far as other guys that aren't Barcola and Kvaratskhelia to put on shots on target. I like Hakimi for a shot on target. Plus 125 Bet Rivers, plus 100 DK, minus 135 FanDuel, minus 150 Caesars. Barcola over 1.5 shots on target, definitely not bad. At plus 165 on FanDuel, plus 160 DK, plus 145 Caesars. I'm looking for Ruben Neves, Vitania, and Ruiz. Not Ruben Neves, Yao Neves. Yao Neves shot on target, plus 130 on Caesars, plus 145 on DK, minus 120 over on Fanatics. And Vitania is plus 120 on Caesars, plus 115 DK, as well as FanDuel. So those are the guys I like in the midfield there. Ruiz being the final one. If I can find him really quickly. I can't. But my favorite play in that game is Bellanova for a single shot. Quickly, let's throw a little anytime goal scorer parlay together here. Fuck this game. Take Harry Kane in this game. Fuck this game too. Take Barcola here. And fuck it, take Cole Palmer. We'll do Kane, Cole Palmer, and Barcola. That's the 3-leg anytime goal scorer parlay before we get out of here. As always, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Please, please, please be sure to like and subscribe right here on YouTube. It costs you $0, and it helps me out immensely. That way I can keep bringing you content for free each and every UCL week, as well as over the weekends. Follow me on X, on Instagram, at Burrow77. Join the Discord. It's $15 a month. Lots of cool guys in there talking soccer, talking all sorts of sports all the time. I think that I offer a fair service. and everything like that. And your support goes a long way to making sure that I can do free content like this as well. If you need a sportsbook, sign up with my promo code for BetUS. You get 125% deposit match. Link is posted down below. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. As always, I look forward to seeing you at the window. Let's get this bread. Oaks out. Doses. We outside.